It's about that time, baby, baby. Oh, yeah. Here we go. The Sinclair Show is on. It is on. Run it to your friends. Come on. It's a moment of the show tonight. Mailbag is tight. Sinclair is on the mic. Once again, it's on. You're still trouble in your home. Got you tripping, don't know right from wrong. Send your letters to the show so we can talk you through. Get the answers to your questions because we speak that truth. Sometimes you doubt yourself, lost your health. Faith is on the fence, but you believe that Jesus knows your wealth. Keep it moving, spirit flowing, because we're here to provide someone to lean on when you're falling. Wednesday, 8 and 9, and it's on.
What up, Jay Dizzle? Once again, it's on. You're listening to the only morning show at night, people. That's right. It is the Sinclair Show coming to you live, hot off the press. First, I want to thank all of you all who continue to send your mailbag questions, comments, all that's on your mind to sinclairtalk@outlook.com. We're going to continue to address each of them each night. We're on the air to reach you. You all are the valued listeners. And what does that mean? That means without you all, there would be no me. Without this show, I could be somewhere right now, relaxing, getting me some rest after I done been through a lot today. But it's okay. That's what I get these big bucks for. Come out here and showcase with you all. So, first of all, let me say the first person on the show tonight was your boy, Jay Dizzle. What it do, Jay Dizzle? Glad to see you up on the show first and foremost. There go James, too. Oh, it must be one of them Wednesday nights where all of y'all old ladies must be at Bible study. So y'all sneaking on the show so y'all can get something to chit-chat about. It's all good. Look, people, let me say this. Tonight's show is going to go on for as long as I got the energy. Or so that means it might be till 9 or it might be 8:15 if y'all get on my nerves. But either which way, listen. I ain't even got no script. I ain't got nothing that y'all was talking about. Listen, since I've been gone from the people, a hot week, y'all president done went out here, got us caught up in a conflict. And it's all that, listen, I was out on a training assignment for the last few days, right? And I literally just whisked back in town, just in time enough to jump on the air with you all. And I just got to tell y'all, fundamentally, I'm just at a place where I want to ask y'all a question. And some of y'all going to get mad when I say what's on my mind tonight. But I'm going to be honest with you. Y'all ever get to the point where you don't care what people think? I promise you. That's the point that I am in life right now, that I believe I just tell people exactly what I think and let the chips fall where they may. But sometimes people, you got to be willing to put it on the line to get off your chest, whatever you got on your chest, and you got to be willing to accept the consequences for your actions. And so I have decided that the way I operate in my life is, if it's the truth, I really ain't got time to be worried about whether or not you don't like the truth or not, or my truth or the opinion, however you want to call it. So that's just really what y'all gonna get from me, because I'm starting to realize we do some things and then we be crying about the outcome of the things we do. And I'm just really honestly at a space in my existence where I can't even make y'all feel comfortable about that no more. Listen, for those of y'all who gonna get mad, let me go and scoot closer to the mic so I can say this tonight. Everybody who is mad right now about Trump and his little man-made army of ICE agents, Trump and the Epstein files, where y'all mad because he playing hide and go seek with the documents that accuse him allegedly of doing terrible things. Trump, the one that has challenged every part of the legal system. Trump, the one that has been convicted of whatever felonies he has and all of the accusations. Trump, the one that got y'all in Iran dealing with a conflict because he said, I thought they was going to hit me, so I hit them first. You all that went in that booth and said to yourselves, I'd rather have this one than that one. Those of you who voted not because Trump was your guy, I'm not mad at any of the Trump supporters who supported him the first time. Because that means we call that you a diehard, you a 10 toes down type of supporter. I ain't even mad at y'all. Your guy got in the White House and he is doing everything he told y'all he was going to do. He terrorizing the country. But for you all who was playing on both sides of the fence, the only reason why you voted for Trump was because you didn't like the fact that Kamala Harris did X, Y, Z. You all got what you paid for. Everybody, Detective Pamela Black, what's going on, girl? Glad to see you. All of you all that voted for Trump because you couldn't stand or stomach potentially putting a black female as president in the White House, you got what you all paid for. Every Latino who voted for Trump and turned around and iced and came and picked you up or your homeboys up or your sons or your daughters or your husbands or your uncles or your aunties or your little baby that was just born, had to be born in ICE containment areas, you bought and paid for it. Because the only reason why you picked him was because you looked at that Kamala and said, I'd rather have somebody. Now understand where I'm about to go with this. All right? I just got to keep it a stack with you. You chose who was going to lead you. You got to be careful who you choose to follow. So I want y'all to process and comprehend this, right? See, I'm not going to authorize you to sit back in the cut today and be mad talking about, oh, woe is me. I can't believe we at war. He promised us that he wasn't going to do it. If he was lying in his first term, what made you, if that's a snake in the cage when I go to sleep, it is going to be a snake in the cage when I wake up unless he got out. He ain't going to change being what he is. You picked a dude that told you exactly what he was going to do. Now y'all mad. Now y'all surprised. Now y'all, half of y'all on the fence talking about he didn't come to us and get authorization to go over here and bomb Iran. He didn't come to you and get authorization to go to Venezuela and snatch up the president, put him in jail. Y'all ain't heard nothing else about it. Talking about he was a drug dealer. The man had just released a dude accused of bringing 400 tons of drugs into America. He had just pardoned him. And y'all bought this, well, I had to arrest the president of Venezuela because he was bringing in drugs. If I just released a drug kingpin, a president from another country who we convicted of bringing in at least 400 metric tons of dope, as old people say, y'all bought that he went and snatched up the Venezuela president and his wife because of drugs? That's you stupid. You stupid. If you say you believe that, you stupid, because I'm not stupid. You know he wasn't going to Venezuela because of that. He brought the dude over here, hit him in the head, hit his old lady in the head, and then he gonna march out and say, we got the oil now, and we gonna do what we want to do with it. See, that's that thing right there. You bought into that philosophy. Trump talk just like somebody's old uncle. Trump don't talk like nobody black's uncle. He don't. He don't talk like nobody Latino's uncle. He don't. He don't even talk like the average white person's uncle. No, he don't. You want me to tell you what uncle he talk like? He talk like an uncle that was in the Ku Klux Klan. He talked like an uncle that's racist. He talked like an uncle that don't care nothing about nobody that's poor, whether you white, black, Latino, Asian. He don't care nothing about no minorities. He don't care nothing about none of that. But I ain't mad at him. I'm not mad at him. Why? Because he was talking like that before y'all voted for him. Don't start all that now. See, you chose the leader. Now you got to choose to follow him. Yes, I said it. Yes. I feel sorry for all of the people who are in harm's way, especially my fellow soldiers who will pay a price because dude said, I thought they was going to hit me, so I hit them first. You tell me what kindergartner ain't going to get suspended for school for that type of thought process. A kindergartner will get suspended if he goes to school tomorrow and slaps another little boy because he said, I thought that he might slap me, so I slapped him first. Y'all will send him home. What you gonna send Donald Trump? You gonna send him home? No, because when he said it, you thought it was cute. See, some of y'all ain't gonna rock with me tonight, and I understand it, because you in your feelings. See, but that's what you get for picking leaders that you can't trust their judgment. Now, he ain't lie to y'all. You just thought he was playing. Because you got comfortable saying, oh, that's just Trump being Trump. And you were comfortable with it because some of y'all in the deepest parts of America, not all, in the worst parts of America, some of you all like that kind of talk. You like it when your uncles say it. You love to hear your uncles and them sitting around the fireplace. Okay? You love to see your uncles and your aunts get drunk so you can hear them say all of the most heinous and racist statements. You like that. It's not all of white America. And I'm sick and tired of you all, you people that look like me. I'm getting sick and tired of every time y'all go out here and jump and do something bad, you want to blame white America for it. Yes. White America did not put Donald Trump in the office. Every white person that voted for him the first time could have voted for him again and he still would not have got in office. You know how he got in office? Y'all. Yes. People that just look like me and talk like you. So I'm not mad. I got a rule of thumb. I don't care what you say or what you do, the moment that the people vote for him, and when they tally the ballots, if the ballots are accurate, whoever they say is president, you got to follow them. Because you had a choice. I don't want to hear nothing from the people that didn't go out talking about, I ain't like both of the candidates. We in Iran right now in conflict with them shooting bombs in Dubai. I bet y'all ain't racing to get over there to Dubai now. Bet y'all ain't trying to get to Saudi right now. Y'all ain't trying to go to Kuwait now. Yeah. That right there. And let me say this, America. I stand with my country. Proud to be an American. But I'm not mad at Iran shooting them scuds neither. You know why? Because you bought and paid for it. There is no country in the world that has a means to protect themselves that's not going to try to protect themselves if you drop bombs on them first. That's the truth. What you mad for? Now, I'm going to be mad if we don't win because we in for a penny, in for a pound. You all picked them. We got to support them, but we got to deal with the consequences of choosing a leader who, by all accounts, had a motive for wanting to be in there. Ask yourself this question. Why, oh why, would anybody worth $3 billion want to take a 4-year job where they get paid $400,000 a year? And then he say, I'm not going to take no check. You ain't got to pay me. Think about that. See, this too much for y'all. I know it is. Some of y'all going to be mad tomorrow. Some of y'all probably right now FaceTiming and tweeting somebody. I couldn't care less. Think about it. This dude, allegedly worth $3 billion at the time, took a job that pays $400,000 a year. He could do no more than 4 years. Who wants to go to work and have to go through all that if he ain't got a motive? Because the first day he said, I will not take a check while I'm in office. Yeah. Now he robbing the bank on y'all. He making side deals. He is challenging everything about the legal system. He's challenging everything about the political system, but you put him there. And while I may not really be a supporter of his by any means, I ain't mad at him, because you know what he doing? He teaching you a lesson. You know, I'm kind of religious, right? So I believe in the old saying that something is either a lesson or a blessing. Right now, you all getting taught a lesson. You gonna reap what you sow. You voted for him because you didn't want to vote for the black lady. Yes, I said it. Be emotional if you want to. It's the truth. And if that's the only reason why you chose to go with Trump, so let it be written, so let it be done. But don't sit up and complain now that you in Iran. Because you got a little kid in the White House who said, I hit them because I thought they was going to hit me. Think about that. Sprinkle that on your stupid spirits. You voted for somebody with a childlike mentality that just went to war and said, I got them before they was going to get me. So you put somebody in the White House that's scary. I'm telling y'all, y'all got me on an emotional high today. Because this the ignorance, this the foolishness that I got to deal with on a regular basis. I got to deal with somebody who's mad because you voted for a president with a childlike mentality who got to get slid notes in the middle of meetings so he knows where he's at and what he's supposed to say. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, this factual. I ain't got no paper with me tonight. I ain't got no script. I ain't got to talk. This Donald Trump can't hold a 60-minute podcast without either going to sleep or forgetting what he gonna say. He got Mark Rubio. He got other people in the room with magic markers and crayons writing stuff on a piece of paper to tell him what he's supposed to say. He getting all up, looking out the back window. Did you really think he wasn't? He got Stephen Miller in there telling him, hey, they said they're gonna slap you. And he said, well, I don't want to be slapped. I want y'all to go ahead and go and drop them bombs. Israel running around there just making up stuff. Yes, I'm saying it. I don't care if you're mad at me. It's the truth. It would be the truth if Donald Trump was a Democrat. So it's the truth if he pretending to be a Republican. America, you supposed to demand that there be some proof given to you. See, we need to cut out all this before you get ready to go to war. You got to get, you first of all, you get to do it for like 90 days and call it an operation. If I could beat you up for 90 days, if I could do all kind of stuff to you for 90 days before they call it a crime, I'm going to do it. And that's what he's doing. Talking about it's an operation. Really? You are in another country dropping bombs continuously, and you're saying it's an operation. And this what y'all out here playing with. Acting like you don't know the difference. That's the reason why you ain't got them Epstein files. That's the reason, because you keep sitting around talking about Donald Trump said he didn't do it. You got a 14-year-old girl that said he raped them. See, I could say the real stuff on here because I'm not trying to monetize it. You got a 14-year-old girl that wrote in her diary that this grown man, who wasn't the president at the time, raped her and punched her in the head, wrote it in her diary. It reads like a little kid writing it. The FBI talked to this girl 4 times. They logged it in. We spoke to this girl 4 times. But them 302 forms, they ain't put them in there. Y'all got them just hiding files. They playing hide and go seek with y'all. Why? Y'all voted for it. And nobody ever tested our system. See, that's why I'm not mad. I'm not mad because Donald Trump and his cronies are testing what is the limits of the American system, because you voted for him to test it. He told you he was going to test it when he got in there. On his way out last time, he started a melee at Congress, came back, and on the first day in, he pardoned everybody that was in the fight. We took the time to arrest, take the trial, convict thousands of people who went to Congress, bust open the windows, threatened, was talking about hanging Mike Pence. And his first day in office, he said, let them all go. I need to get them a pardon. Because you all didn't realize that our Constitution wasn't built for Donald Trump. The assumption of our Constitution was that you and I would be smart enough to listen to the background of a person, to use our smarts to ask the right questions and to vote for somebody who had logic and a moral compass to be in the highest seat in the land. That's what your forefathers thought you and I could do. But oh, was they wrong. They was wrong because they didn't realize that at some point what would happen is greed would take over. And that when greed took over, what would happen is you people would start saying, I care more about having the power than the person that I put in power. See, what Donald Trump is exposing about America is this. America has no conscience. Oh, I love my country. Don't get me wrong. I served for my country. But don't get it twisted. I didn't leave my moral compass at the door because you all did. See, when you grow up in the South, in the country, as we say, you have this thing that you do that your word is your bond. Matter of fact, I was talking to a little kid the other night, right? Just having a little man-to-man conversation with the young fella. Young fella got a little habit of wanting to do what he liked to do, but a good fella nonetheless. And I made a little deal with him that if you act right, that there's a reward at the end of the tunnel. And the young man looked at his grandmother and he asked his grandmother. Now this little dude, 3 years old, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what he asked his grandmother. He asked his grandmother, he said, Gigi, can I trust him? I made a deal with him that if he acts right, I would make sure that his grandmother got him some little coloring pencils or something to that effect. But a 3-year-old having a conversation with me about him conducting himself properly had the mindset to ask his grandmother, can I trust him? He made a deal with me, but can I trust him? Why is it that a 3-year-old has the mental fortitude to examine a situation that he is getting himself into and ask before he makes the deal, can I trust him? But you all out here, grown as all outdoors, you don't have the wherewithal to ask the question before you vote for somebody, not with your ignorance or your attitude, but before you vote with your conscience and your common sense. You didn't have the 3-year-old's common sense to look at Donald Trump and to look at your neighbor and to look at your homegirl and ask the question, but can we trust him? Yes, that was the question of a 3-year-old, making a deal to be on his best behavior for a week so he could get some coloring pencils. He had the wherewithal to ask, can I trust him? You all voting for a convicted felon who is only hope of not going to jail is to win the presidency, and you didn't ask, can I trust him? So now he is your commander-in-chief, and you must follow him. You cannot say I'm a nation of laws, vote somebody in office, and then sit back and say, well, I don't like what he's doing now. It ain't your choice no more. It ain't your choice. So you can't say I love America, but then I got a problem with the decisions that a free country makes. And y'all gonna say, oh, well, he cheated to get in there. Listen, he probably did, but you can't prove it. And unless you are willing to go out here and find the evidence and put it out for the American public to see, stop talking about somebody cheated. Your girl down there in Texas, what's her name? Hey, somebody tell me what's the House representative lady down in Texas that was running for the Senate that got beat last night. Somebody gonna put it up. Whenever they let me know, I'll tell y'all what her name is. Nonetheless, she talking about, oh, I'm gonna sue because they did this. Yes. Did they have an agreement to keep the polls open for 2 more hours in her district? Yes, they did. Did a judge say, no, we ain't gonna do it? Yes, he did. So she talking about, but we not gonna have a answer. Yes, we are. Because the dude that beat you had more votes than what could possibly be left, even if you got every vote in your area. That man beat you by more than 100,000 votes. It wasn't 100,000 votes left, no matter if you got them all. So let's stop talking about the system is cooked. The system might be. I believe there are some challenges with our system. But I also believe that the reason why these challenges exist is because America is so busy trying to be on a political party and voting no matter how many. There are some Democratic people in Congress right now that I know are crooks. There are some Republicans that I have no doubt are crooks. There are some people in Congress right now that we all know are absolute scoundrels. But there are also some good Democrats and some good Republicans and some good independents. The problem is we are raised to say, I'm going with my political party. I don't care who it is. I'm rolling with them. And that's why you got Donald Trump in office right now. I don't see how one woman voted for Donald Trump. Because you voted for Donald Trump knowing that 27 other women had accused him of some form of assault, molestation, or some heinous act. So what you mad about? Because Donald Trump would not be the president right now if it wasn't for him having women voters. Y'all talking about, oh, Donald Trump is a racist. I don't believe he's a racist. I believe he's an opportunistic person. I don't care either way. You know why? Because we already know he would not be in office without black and brown votes. So what we talking about? Because y'all didn't like Kamala. I ain't like her neither, to be honest with you. But, yeah, Chris Park said, don't forget them black votes. Absolutely. Yeah, we've been talking about, you just came on a little late. But understand something. We got to shoot straight from the hip. Y'all been around here playing too long. And I ain't got no energy to play tonight. I'm tired. And I'm tired of some of y'all. Because y'all want your cake and eat it too. You want to be able to come out on the TV and say X, Y, Z. But you know what? Gas prices is up today, ain't they? Yes. Y'all ain't gotten all them jobs you thought you was going to get. Y'all let this dude that y'all got to slide notes to so he know where he is in a meeting. Y'all let him convince y'all, if you vote for me, I'm going to have the most jobs ever created. That was a lie. But you couldn't tell because you didn't care if it was the truth or not. You just wanted to vote with your party. You couldn't bring yourself to say, listen, I have voted for some Republicans. I have voted for some Democrats. I done voted for some independents. I vote for the people who got the like mind to me. Yes, that's me. I'm not voting for Donald Trump, who y'all realize now is probably sitting in the White House right now playing with Lego blocks. Yes. Y'all was talking about Joe Biden. Now listen, I'm about to say something, and I know I'm about to lose about 6, 7 of y'all right now. I don't believe you got to stop working at any particular age. But I do believe there should be an age on when you got to stop. You can't run to be the president at a certain age. Yes, I believe it. Oh, I'm super fit. No, you not. No, you're not. They said they knew it wasn't true. It never told the truth. He said whatever it takes to convince you, he is going to make everyone's life better. And see, I gotta get y'all to walk with me for a while, because you don't like the truth, because now you are looking in the proverbial mirror and you are seeing the price that you pay for what you bought. Understand something. I love my mama to death. I burned the city down for my mama. But my mama be acting a little crazy sometimes when she in her feelings. My mama is 84 years old. 84-year-olds ain't got no business in the White House. Do you think, as much as I love my mama, do you think I would give my mama any kind of button to push? I'm not giving my mama no suitcase with no nuclear numbers on it. I'm not giving my mama, listen, I don't want my mama to push no buttons if it ain't on her telephone and if it ain't on that little iPad she always playing on. And I'm a little nervous about her being on that. Y'all got 70, 60, and 70-year-old people running for office, and y'all got them making decisions for y'all. I'm just trying to tell you, stop acting stupid, people. Let's keep it a stack with each other. I want y'all to, matter of fact, I want all of y'all, you ain't got to answer, because I know you ain't going to tell the truth tonight, no way. But I want all of you all to tell me the last 70-plus year old that you trusted their confidence, their stability, their balance. You trusted all that enough to say, I believe you're going to get up every day for the next 4 years and go deal with the problems of the world. I believe you're going to make some good decisions for the world, including who we drop bombs on. They said what's crazy is so many of his supporters will ride the train until the wheels fall off, and even then they would try to put new wheels on to keep them rolling. Absolutely. I just want y'all to understand where I'm coming from. I'm not mad at y'all. Tonight, I'm talking about the consequences of when you choose to follow a leader. Once you put them in, you do not get to come back and say, oh, I want to take that back. Let me give you some examples. Keep your mind right. Let's say you go buy a car, right? You ride around on that car, and then all of a sudden you see a car that look better. Once that finance paperwork is processed, you done bought that car. Now you can take it back, but I promise you, you're going to lose something. There's a price to pay for bringing it back. You're going to owe some money. They'll take it back. Yes. It's just like when you go decide that you want to go out there and get you a new chick or a new dude. Yes. You go out there, you're going to kick the tires on something new. You're going to find somebody better. Until you found out you out there with a serial killer. Yes. You out there thinking you done found something magical. You know how some of y'all do. Y'all go find somebody real beautiful. You go find you a Bianca, right? And oh, they seem so docile. Then you make them mad. They in there trying to stab you in your neck. I'm just saying that this is not to put nothing out on all people named Bianca. I'm just using that as a name, so I don't want to get no lawsuits. But sometimes you go out here and you see something and you think you want it, and you will bypass all of the dangers involved in having it. You know how many times people go out here and buy a motorcycle? You ain't even a good driver in a car. But because you think you look good on a motorcycle, you go get one. I did that before. Yes. Had a motorcycle. BT 1100. Riding it. One day, I was riding in Georgia, and I'm looking in the rearview mirror, and it's a car. In Georgia, you got a lot of traffic. I got my feet on the ground, and I'm looking in the mirrors, and I can see that there's a car coming at a real high rate of speed. And I'm thinking to myself, this car ain't gonna slow down. So I got a little embankment. I can either go down the embankment or run the risk of getting hit. I went down the embankment. I realized riding motorcycles ain't for me. So I let it sit in the garage for about 6 more months, and then I sold it. Now I'm saying this to you all. Essie Shepherd, what's going on with my armor bearer? Glad to see you tonight. I'm saying these things to you all because I need you to understand where I'm coming from. My dad. Love my dad to death. My dad is an old Southern preacher, been preaching for 30 years. For the most part, got sound mind. Okay? Sharp, still sharp. Sharp in the clothes he wear. Got his wits about himself. Probably still think he a little smooth. But my dad is more than 80 years old. Do you think, Robin Williams, what's going on, girl? Glad to see you. Do you think for 1 minute, I don't care, and my dad still tell them good stories. He and I could go fishing right now. He gonna tell a story about he caught the biggest fish, he caught the most. Listen, that's what 80-plus-year-olds do. As much as I trust his judgment, I don't trust his judgment in the White House. I don't trust his judgment pushing no buttons. My dad know how to hunt. But do you think for 1 minute that if I go hunting with my dad and he said, oh, I think I see something down there, hey, run over there and tell me if what it is. As long as he got the gun in his hand, I'm not running out there. He is over 80 years old. I might start looking like a buck to him. He might forget between the time I leave the back of the truck and the time I get across the field. I can't trust the mind of an 80-year-old with no gun and with no bombs. But y'all out here playing with Donald Trump. He got Lego blocks and y'all trusting him. And now we in Iran and y'all mad. Y'all big mad. he told us that he was going to get us out of the wars. No, he told you fools he was going to get you out of that war. Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm keeping it real, people. Y'all don't want to accept facts. Y'all are mad because you voted for somebody that was already deranged. You voted for somebody that 27 women. Let me tell you something. Now, I know people a lie. I'm keeping it a stat. Tonight is B100 with you all. I know people will tell a lie. But 27 women, different women from different time periods, accusing you of something, 27 ain't lying. Now, 3, 4 of them will get together and lie on you, but they don't like you. I might even give you up to 10 if they conspiring or colluding. But I'm just not going to believe that 27 people lied on him about his action. Matter of fact, I can't believe that they lied because I heard him say it. He on audio talking about, yeah, when you got money, you could just grab them by their private parts. They love it. And y'all voted for that type of dude. Now he is in the White House trying to build a blue house out of Lego blocks and talking about, he said he was going to get me, so I got him before he got me. If I was in elementary school, in kindergarten, if I was in the 5th grade and I walked up to another 5th grader and I slapped that 5th grader, I would be suspended. You need to suspend Donald Trump because he preemptively dropped bombs on Iran because he said, I thought. That's why you can't have nobody scared on the police force. Yeah, that right there. Let me go and tell you the truth about that. See, black folks, we're going to stop accusing everybody of being racist. Most of the white police officers who happen to shoot a black person, it is not because they are racist. Generally, it falls into 2 categories. One, they might be mad because y'all done been on YouTube. Now y'all acting like lawyers and all they ask you for was your driver's license. But more often than not, it is because you took somebody who went to a training academy to become a police officer because they wanted a job, who grew up in their side of town, and maybe they sprinkled on a few blacks when they was in high school because it was integrated. And that was their life experience. They graduate and hopefully they have gotten great training. And then they get assigned where? To a high crime area. And when they get assigned to the high crime area and they get the first call, what happens? The dispatcher says, we got a call about a domestic violence situation on MLK Boulevard. Now, I'm not picking on MLK Boulevard, but y'all know ain't many white people living on MLK, so we just gonna use that. And so now you got a young officer, not a racist, a young officer who's got limited experience in dealing with high-raised Negroes. And what do? They get there, and Leroy, who is probably 6'2", 6'3", got his wife beater halfway torn off because he been tearing up the house because he got that firewater in the system. And the young police officer and the little backup that's with him, they say, put the stick down. But they are not used to, the young white officer is not used to seeing a 6'2" angry black man with veins popping out his neck with a half a wife beater on, coming at him cussing because he found out his old lady was cheating on him or something, and he is enraged and he want to tear up the neighborhood, and he's walking toward him and he's got the stick in his hand and he said, drop the stick. Put it down or I'm going to shoot. Leroy can't hear nothing because Sade is walking around there somewhere with another dude, and he just so enraged at her that he's still walking toward the police. They giving him 5 different commands. Sit down, stand up, back up toward me, put your hands behind your back. The officer is in a state of nervous panic, and because Leroy can't follow regular instructions when he's sober, but he got that fire water in his system, and he found out that Sade was cross town sleeping with somebody, he's still coming toward the white officer, not the racist. He's coming towards somebody who's never been encountered with a real angry black man, because this is not the academy. And he shoots. Y'all don't believe me, do you? I'm about to get up off this anyway. But you don't believe me. Because it's easier for black America to assess that somebody is racist rather than saying that I got somebody who shouldn't have a gun in a black neighborhood because he's scared. Y'all say, well, they don't do that to white people. Absolutely right. Because instead of Leroy, when you got Uncle Timothy and you roll up to his house and he got a full-fledged axe in his hand, and he's got Mildred somewhere scared, and she's got a black eye and her lip busted, and he's talking about, I'm going to kill everybody in the neighborhood. The young white officer is not afraid of Uncle Timmy because he's used to seeing Uncle Timmy act like that. Where? At the barbecue. I'm keeping it a stack for you. It ain't that he prefers not to kill Uncle Timmy and he was looking to shoot Leroy. He's used to seeing his uncle act the absolute fool, and he can talk him off the ledge. He's swinging the axe. Come on, Timmy. I'm going to need you to put that axe down. Timmy, don't make me call grandma on you. He's used to that. But he's not used to a 6'2", supersized human black man with a baseball bat who is cussing and acting a fool. I'm not used to that. When I saw it on TV, it didn't turn out well. I never experienced this in the academy. In the academy, it was somebody with the PT uniform on. It was my instructor that was coming at me. It was going in slow motion until we sped it up. That's the difference between it being racist and it being somebody who is unprepared for a life experience that they never experienced before. And that's why we don't get any credibility, because we put everything on race. That's why I ain't gonna let y'all put Mr. Lego Blocks himself as a racist move, because y'all voted for him too. Yes, you did. And so tonight's whole thing was about being careful who you choose to follow. If you're going to choose to follow somebody, you need to ask the same questions that the 3-year-old asked his Gigi. Can I trust them? Y'all around here voting for folks. Why? Because they was in the block and had a Republican or Democrat beside their name. You don't even care. Vote for them. And then when they get in office and somebody says, hey man, I don't even realize how I won. I thought for sure that I wasn't going to make it. And you allow yourselves to sleep at night and be mad in the daytime because you participated in the election of somebody who mentally, when he left office, we had doubts about him, who only wanted to be in this position because he knew as getting elected president, you could not lock him up. And that's why I asked the question earlier. Would you trust a snake oil salesman who says, I'm worth $3 billion, but I'm going to work for the next 4 years for $400,000 a year, and I'm not even going to take that as a salary? If I came up to you and said, I'm going to do something to you, oh, well, if it ain't Miss Linda Gary, glad to see you on the show. See, if I, and I'm just saying this because I want y'all to think about it. If I was to come up to you and say, look here, I got a bridge I want to sell you. Or if I walked up to you right now and said, check this out. I got a Dodge Ram outside that looks real good. I'm just going to give it to you. How many of you would take it? Or would you say like the little 3-year-old asked his grandmother, can I trust it? Something must be wrong with it if he's going to give me that truck because that truck looks good. You would become skeptical of it. Donald Trump told you, I'm rich, I'm wealthy, I'm worth $3 billion. I want to be president. I know the job pays $400,000 a year. I don't even want no salary. Y'all slow, real slow. Y'all voted for a dude that told you I want a job, but I don't want to get paid. I just want to know, when did y'all get that slow? When did you start believing that an old white guy told you, I want to be in office, but I don't want no salary? And you thought it was safe to trust him. You thought he didn't have no motive. You thought the only thing he wanted to do was make something better for the country. He didn't make nothing better for the country the first time he was in. But you know what? And I'm about to get up off this show because I'm tired of y'all tonight, really. Here's the reason why I say it is your responsibility to respect the office of the president. Because as America, you get to vote. Some of y'all stay home. Some of y'all got an excuse. Matter of fact, let me tell y'all something. Let me just get this off my chest. I might not do a show next week. Y'all make me too mad. I still got Negroes arguing that you shouldn't have to show an ID. They've been talking about IDs and voting for 10 years. You will spend $126 on a bottle of good liquor, but you mad about going to get an ID. See, some of y'all want to argue about everything you supposed to do. We shouldn't have to show an ID. What? Why? It's my right to vote. Well, I need to know it's you. See, y'all want to argue about everything. They're disenfranchising black people. No, they disenfranchising people that don't want to have an ID. Where you walking there? ICE is round here putting y'all in cubicles. They building concentration camps in Florida to put y'all out there swimming with the alligators, and you still think it's safe to walk around with no ID? They be stopping y'all. Y'all be talking about, can I see your ID? Nah, you ain't gonna see my ID. Listen, your job is to make it home. You can get a lawyer and sue who you want to sue. But y'all out here getting beat up, shot, and all kind of stuff. Not that they should have a right to. But I need you to understand something. You can be right, but not righteous in the moment. You around here raising all this hell about you don't want to show an ID, that you don't want to do something that is within the law because you feel like you shouldn't have to. The world is moving on either with or without you. Let me tell y'all something. And then I'm going to get on up off here for real. I'm tired. And I'm going to say this, and I want y'all to get mad if you mad. If you don't want to come back on the show, I really don't care. And I'm being honest with you. Because if the truth hurts you that much, I don't need you on the show. I could be asleep right now. But I got love for y'all, so I come up here and I chit-chat with y'all for a while. So let me go and sprinkle this on y'all. For all of you minorities that feel like you shouldn't have to have an ID to go vote. So you around here rather than getting one, you gonna complain about it. You wanna march about it. Let me tell y'all what I do know for a fact. And then old Uncle Cindy Sin gonna go and get up off these airwaves on y'all. I guarantee every time the club told you you needed an ID to get in, not only would you make an ID, you would get a fake ID to go get in the club. But you don't want to take and put forth no effort. There's not a fake ID that doesn't cost $10. But you don't want to take and go get a real ID for $10 because ain't nobody gonna tell you all what to do. You know everything. You the law. You can't tell me I need no ID. When that club say 21 and older, whether you got to get a real ID, a fake ID, your cousin's ID or whatever, you gonna get some ID to flash at that door because you want to get in there where the party's at. Yeah. When you want to cash your check, what they ask you for at the bank? They ask you for what? I need to see some ID. You ain't in there protesting. This is my bank account. This my money. They say I need to see some ID. You gonna show them the ID. Chris said it's the requirements for a birth certificate, passport to register. There are many people who can't afford or won't spend the money on it. Hold on, Chris. All that you talking is good. But let me tell you something. If you need a birth certificate to get on a cruise ship, you go get that. If you need a birth certificate to get your driver's license to be on the road, you will do that. If you need your birth certificate, matter of fact, if you get ready to buy a house, buy a car, rent an apartment, everything you want to do, somebody's asking you for some ID. What I am not going to do is give Black America an opportunity to make up the excuse that because I don't have all my documents. The real question is why you ain't got your documents. All y'all mama got a copy of your birth certificate in the little box in her room. All of y'all got an auntie or something. And if you don't have it, you will borrow money to go buy weed. So why would you not borrow money to go get your birth certificate? What Chris talking about? When you look at the different classes of people in the country, not all of them can afford a passport. Chris, yeah, not all of them can afford a passport, but you can magically find a way to go buy liquor, weed, and lobster tails and shrimps. I'm not giving you a pass if all year long you can find a way. Christmas time, you find a way to buy all your little bad kids a bunch of gifts. So you mean to tell me the one time we gonna stand on business is when it comes to getting some ID? No, I can't do that. I can't. He said it's not true. Many people don't have a birth certificate. If you got, look, if you don't have a birth certificate in 2026, my mama is 84 years old. She got a birth certificate. So unless they cloned you and made you in one of them Epstein labs, you have a birth certificate. And if you don't have a birth certificate, then how are you doing anything in America? If you don't have an ID, you can't do nothing. So Chris, while I empathize, and I know that you stand right, you're right, it's a life choice. The bill has more than the requirements for ID. Listen, Chris, let me tell you something. You can get a driver's license. You can get an ID. It is not just a birth certificate. Yes, some people lose theirs. You know what hospital you was born in? You can get a copy of it. I tell students that all the time. I work at a college. And Chris, I am not saying that everybody, it's an easy streak because of it, okay? My problem is when we keep making up excuses for people that do everything but. You said it right, Chris. You said it was a lifestyle choice. But if you can eat shrimps and lobsters twice a month, if you can do all the things you want to do, it's a choice. But you don't get to say, I want to break the law or I don't want to abide by the law because I don't like the law. You can't say I don't have money for it. What you can say is I choose to spend my money somewhere else. But we cannot be sitting around. Hold on. He said, what about a female who gets married and her last name don't match? You know when you want to get married to that dude that you need to get your paperwork right. Come on now. You can afford a marriage license. You can afford to go get your name changed. Come on, let's stop making up excuses. Get married earlier. Don't get married in no voting year. Listen, you can come up with some viable points, but the fact of the matter is, Chris, as much as I would like to agree with you, what you talking about now is excuses to not do what we supposed to do. And America does not need any more excuses. Go get your ID. You got between now and November to get an ID. And some people ain't gonna do it. Because you talking about they gotta have snacks and lifestyle choices. It costs $25 to get an ID. Come on now. It costs $5.99 to get a bag of Doritos. Most of y'all will eat one of them up at least once a week. So in a month, you could have bought an ID. If you add them $7 sodas that you're drinking, come on now, make it make sense. Is there really an illegal voting problem? I don't think so, but I don't care if it's a problem or not. Once it's the law, just follow it. Look, people, I got to go. Y'all got my blood pressure.
It's about that time, baby.
I ain't got time.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. The Sinclair Show is on.
It is on.
Run it with your friends. Come on.
Come on.